32. And then we were talking why 10 Sefirot? Why do we have 10 Sefirot? And the answer is that they come from the Genesis, the book of Genesis, where we count how many times is how many
Magdalena,
times we find the word.
we can. It's very barely to hear you. It's like something. Everyone hear her clearly because I don't. At some point, you
Really?
kind of disappear.
Maybe
No,
there was
we can hear you.
connection.
Maybe the connection.
Ah, this is the connection.
Genevieve, did you hear her clearly, or it's only me?
It cuts out a little tiny bit, and then it
Right.
was echoing.
Right.
Ah.
I could hear it, but it sounded weird.
Genevieve, you have to take over.
Yeah, it sounded a little bit weird. Okay, we have a few minutes to let's see. Brian, do you want to share with them what we study on Monday? Just, we didn't even start. We are just killing time with a little bit information to share information with each other.
Okay, we went in on Monday. We went into the different names of God and how and the reason they're attached to each of the Sephira. And I totally don't have it memorized as to which one's attached to which, but the different names of God that are attached to the different Sephira, and we talked about.
Okay, we can hear you. Someone, it's so bad, all this connection. Hi, Melvin.
Someone have.
Hi, Melvin. Hi, everyone. I don't know if everyone can hear me clearly or.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're very clear.
Oh, I'm
yes,
clear. Okay.
I agree.
I hear you.
Melvin, did you hear me, Melvin?
I can hear you.
Okay. Who said that you can hear me? All right. So let's review first what we are studying. So we are going to keep going and really have some. Where is that? Surprise for you. I want to go to the right direction. We will see. So just summarize what happened, what we are talking about. So we say that the Kabbalah has two branches. We say there is I'm talking about two information. One information is about how the world was created, and the other one is about the light. So on Monday, what we talk about is about the light. We are talking here how the world was created, so meaning that all the physical things. Once something was created, we're going to have more. I'm going to talk about more deep today about what do I mean or how does it work here. And then we said also, okay, so how the world was created? It was created by the 32 paths of wisdom. Okay, and then we saw that the 32 because there are 30 times the name of God is in Bereshit, Genesis chapter 1. Remember this? We counted. Remember there, Genevieve and Magdalena? The
Yes,
32 come
of
from
course.
the... Okay. And then we said, and then we find out from the 32 kind of names, we find out there is the 10 Sefirot and the 22 letters in the Hebrew letters, from the Aleph
Alphabet.
to Taf. Right?
Yes.
So, and then we get to, that's how we get to the 10. And we find out why is the 10, because we find out the 10 times God said, and we find out what is it, how is it 22, and so on. So now we are going to talk about the 10 Sefirot. Now, we all know about, or we heard about the Sefirot, right? It's not something, something new to everyone, right? Everyone knows about the Sefirot.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what we know about the Sefirot probably is how they look like, or right? But what's the deep meaning and how it was created? That's what we're going to study today. Here, all these things about the Sefirot. So there are 10 Sefirot, right? So now we want to concentrate how this 10 Sefirot was created. Remember, we are talking about the creator, right? How the world was created. So we say one of the things is created by 10 Sefirot. Okay, but how the 10 Sefirot came? Where are they from? What's going on here? Before we get into each Sefirah and what it does and what's the connection, and you can study and whatever inside this 10 Sefirot, it's no end of information. Okay? But we are going today higher. So I hope you are ready, all of you.
Very ready.
Okay. Let's see. I want to see again if someone struggling. Okay, we are all good. I don't feel. I don't know. People saying they're going to join. I don't want to feel like after they, I left them because I didn't check if they are. Just happen again and again. What's going on? Melvin?
Somebody's having a party.
How do I stop it?
You can mute.
Okay. So you can hear me, right? Melvin, if you can you hear us? Can you hear me? Melvin?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, Melvin, because there are some noises from your computer, so they're trying to unmute you right now. So if you want to talk, just send me a text message. Okay. So how we get to the 10th Sefirot? That's our discussion today. And for this, I want to start with an empty page and to use a lot of your imagination. So think about this page as the light. Okay? Now when we say light, we need also to understand we use this word just to describe something. It's not real light. It's not the light from the electricity that you have at home, or it's not the light from the sun. Okay? But it's a light. It's a word that we are using. Okay? It's like an allegory. Not the real. There's nothing we can say here, so just use the word light, because it's kind of it's much metaphysical and we can feel. Okay? Now, so this light, think about it, this light, someone also created. Okay? It's not, can't even use the word create, it's not sure what is it. But I want you to know before there was this light, which is called the world of Ein Sof, infinity, no end. That's what it means. There was all light with no end to it, no border, no nothing. Only light, whatever it is. Okay? Now, but above it, I want you to know and remember there is something. We don't know what is that. Okay? And now, so this light decided to, can't even say decided, but to create a world inside the light. So he picked a point and from himself he created a space. Okay?
Okay.
Now this space inside it's empty. There's almost nothing. Think about like you take I don't know, you take something like a sand, let's say sand on the floor, and then you create some space in the sand. So because you want to paint something in the middle or something, so you need a space first, right? You need a space to do something. So that's the first thing was created, a space. Now from the space, think about it. Around this border, the space, there are no end light. Remember, that's the no end infinity of light. There's no end. It's all around him is light. Now, so the light wanted to get inside this, start to get inside to this empty place. So what happened? It was a small place here. That's the light get in. Okay? Now once the space, the lights get in, it's stuck here, for example. That was the end of the light. And then inside, all the lights go around to create a sphere. So that's, for example, it's called the Keter. Okay, Keter. That's how the Sefirot started to be created. And then, and remember, here, in every Sefirah, there is a lot of creation here. Things happen here. Okay? We don't need to, but things happen here. But because it was too much light, the Keter, which is the world by itself, is something, whatever the tools, the vessels, the creation of the Keter cannot hold it anymore. So they keep going down to another sphere. Okay? And this is the, for example, the Chokhmah, wisdom. And that's what happens. It's still going on and get into another until we get 10 Sefirot. The last one is here, the Malchut. Which the Malchut is where we are. This is our world. From all what happened around, we are only here. Because all the cosmos, all the reality that you are thinking, you can see, touch, or feel. So this is how the 10th Sefirot was created. So who want to repeat? Melvin. Melvin? Melvin, I'm talking to you. Can you hear me? Melvin, can you hear me? Okay. We can hear you. No, I can hear you. Okay. Sorry. Ryan, will you please?
Yeah, so basically you were saying that in the beginning everything was light, and then light came in to fill up the first Sefirah, and it couldn't contain it, so it overflowed into creating the second, and then the third, etc. Is that basically it, or am I sort of missing?
Right. Okay, great. So what I'm showing you here, it's a theory. It's a theory. Now, the question is, there are many theories. Everyone can come with other theories, like the Kabbalah come with the theory. They said they receive it from God, whatever they receive it doesn't matter. The question is, if we accepting. If not, the question if we have a different option that you can think of about how the world was created. Not only the Sefirot, because the Sefirot is actually the world. This is how the world was created. And of course, the 22 that are working, the 22 letter, it's actually this is the Sefirah, and the Aleph Bet, and was a tool to create everything here. Okay?
Yeah.
So what I want today to make the point is that we can talk about the 10 Sefirot and everything, but the most important is to know if you understand this, that what is it, how it was created, what's going on here. That's what I want to check, because as I said, theory, there are many theories. So not about what I explained. Excuse me? I don't know. I think it's Melvin, right? It's for
Yeah, I
Melvin,
can still
right?
hear you.
I don't know. I'm trying to mute, but it doesn't work. I'm trying to mute him. Okay. So now I need your help, because I need to know. We need to think together about about what we are saying, about if this makes sense. That's what we need. If it makes sense, and if we make sense, we need to believe in it. Otherwise, we need to provide a different theory. So go ahead. Tell me what do you think about it? If it's possible, what is it? Because it sounds like it sounds like another story. Okay, there is the story of Genesis. Here another story. Another one come with the story of the. Someone said it's the Big Bang, and the other one said it's I don't know. Everyone with his story. So the question, if we are accepting, if it makes sense, I need to hear from you. What do you think, Magdalena? It makes sense, this story?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes. What do you mean you don't know? Why you don't know?
I think it makes sense.
Why? It doesn't. For me, it sounds like a story. Okay, someone, I don't know who said. I said, whatever, the book says. Okay?
Yeah.
You know, it's a nice story. Okay, there is something about the light, which is called Atzmuto. We're going to call him Atzmuto maybe from now. And Atzmuto Yitbarach, they call it. And I think if I translate it, it's maybe it is what it is. It is. We don't know what is that. It is so hard. What? What it is. So it is what it is. This is Atzmuto. So we don't know what is that. So the theory starts from this, the light that he create the light, or is the light, or the something. We don't know what is it. So the question is, if you want to start to talk about the Sefirot and what is what they are saying, whatever happened here, which is like, so the question is for what? For what to go and study all the Sefirot? What we want to achieve? In the end, we want to go up. So what is the matter if it's the 10 Sefirot or 11 Sefirot or whatever? Even if they say there's no 10, there is only 10, not 11 and not 9. So because that's what we can't continue if we don't accept don't accept there is something and it is what it is. What?
Well, it's as good of a story as any other. I mean, I mean, it works, right?
What works for what?
Well, I mean, it's a cohesive worldview, right? Like,
Brian, we barely can hear you.
oh, sorry. Yeah, it works as in like it's a complete cohesive worldview. Hello? Whoa, there's some weird noises.
Yeah, some weird noises.
Okay, I think now I'm muted. I think also I need. I'm trying to do something better so I can hear you. Okay, maybe now, Melvin. I don't know why, Melvin. We can hear you well as you, Ryan. So you're right.
Yes.
It's a story. It's a story. It's a nice story, like every story, and yeah, and it's work. You say you work for what?
Well, I was saying it works as in it's a cohesive worldview.
What do you mean?
Like you using the Sephirotic system as a worldview understanding. You can like all of your understanding can be filtered through that lens, and it makes sense. Doesn't have any gaps really. I don't know if I'm completely off on a tangent here, but that's sort of how I see it.
But so in other words, you said that you accept this story.
Sure. I mean,
Why? Why do you
I'm
accept
hesitant
that?
to say I believe anything, but I accept the story for sure. It's yeah, for the purposes of working with it, definitely.
I guess
Why?
because I guess because there's no better story.
That's interesting argument, and I think you're right. But Ryan said I'm not sure if Ryan really if you 100% believe in it, because you believe in it only if you don't have another option.
I think it's more about accepting than believing.
Why accept it as it is and to be like an animal, like animal? You said to the horse, deer, he said, deer, you go.
Yes, but as well because we don't know other story, like other option, so people don't really argue with this one because they don't, they how far can they go? Like what was before the big boom, and so we don't
We need to
know.
know
So
if there are things people, if one of you,
it's
for
hard
example,
to imagine.
think about the Big Bang. So we need to talk about the Big Bang. What the story or the theory of the Big Bang is better to this story, or why not?
Well, what I think is I don't think any story's more plausible than another. I mean, they're all theories.
Right. But there is a point that your brain supposed to tell you. Give me another theory that you are thinking of.
I think that there is a creator, and he just did something, and the light happened.
Right, that's what you think, but we are going to go deep about the creator, but everyone think like Magdalena, or there is people thinking there is other option. The world was created. I mean, there is an option that the world was created without the creator, or there is a or not. This is the only option, and now want to know what is the creator. This is we can hear you. The connection today is really not for
Yes.
our favor, and there is a reason for that. We are talking very high level of things. So so should be a lot of interruptions because there are angels around us that they don't want us to talk about it.
Wow, it's really terrible.
Right. It's really terrible. Everyone hear me clearly?
I
Yes.
can hear
Yes.
you just fine. There's
Yes.
somebody I
You are
can't
great.
hear that keeps talking.
Maybe I take off Melvin. Melvin, if you hear me and you want to try again, um, you are welcome. But the question is now
Just mute him.
how I did mute him million times. Uh, hide from broadcast. No, if I do it,
No, just mute him.
I did it million times. I click on it and it doesn't work.
Chuck, can I make a recommendation? This is
Oh.
Shayna. If if everyone would mute themselves and then you just click it when you want to speak, then you won't have any of the
Yeah.
background noise.
Yeah,
So
that makes
I've been muted, so now I unmuted, and then you just click your microphone and you can speak.
That's what
Okay,
I've
I
been
see. And
doing.
if I want, I will go direct to the person. Okay, I will address. But Melvin, I don't know. I want to try to take Melvin to from the maybe Magdalena. Maybe I anyway can. Melvin, if you can hear me, please. Um, what? Remove, close, and try again later because we can't. Something hurts here. We can't. Something from your computer. It doesn't work. Okay, so I want to know if everyone um understand, like Magdalena, there is a creator, or do you think there is another option to? That's the question. Or there is another option to how the world was created. That's what we're trying to do.
Well, as Jews, I think we're working on the assumption that there is a creator, but there are other thoughts in the world that say there is, such as Buddhist philosophy, that don't believe there's
Yeah, leave the Buddha. Talk about you.
So as a Jew, I work on the assumption that there is a creator. That's an innate.
Leave the Jew. There's no relevant now. The question about your head. What your head telling you? What your brain telling you?
Well, I know from years of experience that there's some kind of an entity that is a creator that we refer to as God.
Okay, so that's what you believe, and that's what you think. There's no other option, and you want to probably discover more about it, right?
Yes. Why was the
Okay.
world created? How was the world created? Why is that important for us?
By the creator. Okay, so you. Okay, thank you. What do you think, Genevieve? Genevieve?
Yes, hello.
So, did you understand the question? The question is if you think it's the creator was create the world, or do you have another option? Do you think of?
For me, I resonate with the creator creating the world.
Okay, thanks.
And
What about
personally,
you?
because I have insights and, inspirations daily, and I believe that comes from the Creator.
Okay. Okay, that's what I want to know, and just want I'm curious, Ryan. So where are you? Although I hear you before, I felt like you are somewhere in between. Right? Am I right?
Me? Yeah, sort of.
So please share with us.
I just have trouble saying I believe anything. I'm
So
uncomfortable with the idea of committing to that. But
so
I'm absolutely willing to
what
work
is the
within a
problem? You
system.
said there is a problem to believe. What is the problem in to believe? What do you scare from the word believe? What is it believe? When you think about believe, what do you think?
Well, I think it's acceptance without any kind of verification, really. And
Right,
from what
but
I
what we are
understand, Kabbalah can provide you with some verification if you work with it.
right, but maybe not sure that you're going to receive it from the Kabbalah, but but you can try. That's like you're trying. You search. You look for here. You look for there. And you're right about that the belief is always go together with the proof, meaning that without proof. When they said when the understanding is ended, the belief starts.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
Right. But when you say that, it means that you have another option in your mind. Something is bothering you. Or you have another option. It's not bother you, but you know more theories, and we would like you to share with us. Because we are all, Magdalena saying there is a creator. She doesn't think about another option. The same all of us. And I'm asking you, what is the other? What is in your mind? What is other option that you are thinking of? Because if we take the option and we're trying to see to maybe their option that there's no even way to think of. Therefore, what you left, like Magdalena said, this is you start with only one option, which is there is a creator, and now you want to understand what is that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. So yeah.
Yeah, but you need to know. You're sure you know something. You know that you don't know.
Right. Exactly. I know that I don't know.
Right,
That's about
but
it, though.
you can start from what you don't know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And what you don't know.
He doesn't know what he doesn't know.
Yeah, but so you eliminate it. You go. Yeah, you go from you start from what you know that you don't know, and you start to check it. In any event, Ryan, I understand your what are you saying, and this is uh, the things that I hope. Hi, Malka.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us.
I wasn't sure what time. Sorry.
We start at 7:30, but
Oh,
we are.
okay.
Let me summarize for you. We are talking about how we are talking about how the God created the 10 Sefirot. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So we say that there is a light, but before the light there is what it's called something that we don't know, but we call it is what it is. We can call it is what it is, or that's not. We will decide how to call it or to give it whatever name we will think to give it. And we say this something is create a light, which we say that the light is not a really It's not the light that we are thinking, not from the light from the sun or something. We don't have a word to describe it. So we are using the light, which is allegory to the what it is, what is that mutor. It is what it is, the things that's created. Okay?
Yes.
And then we said this light, he creates a space in himself, or we can even say in himself or something, but think about it as a thought. And then the light get in and create a Sefirot. Okay, and after you can see. So now we are talking about, we ask the question about who, if we have another option, or if we believe, or if we understand, or if we have another theory, because this is a theory that we see here, who or how the world was created. So most of the people say that they were created by there is a creator. Ryan, not sure. And we are asking you, what do you think? Who created the world? It's some creation or creator, or there is another theory that you know about, like the Big Bang, or maybe I don't know, maybe other options. Malka, the question is addressing to you.
Is there another theory that I know about creation?
What you believe, not to know. Probably you know a lot of.
Oh, I don't really know a lot, but no, I believe this theory sounds correct.
So you believe there is something, it's called, it is what it is, something that's, it's some creator, something was created from nothing.
Yes, is that the same thing as Ein Sof?
Right, the Ein Sof, this is the word of Ein Sof, which is mean no end of light, there's no borders.
Okay.
That's the Ein Sof, but I'm saying above the Ein Sof, also the Ein Sof is a creator, but we are going to talk about it now. So you are saying also the creator, you think and believe the creator, that it doesn't matter again much the Sefirot. We can talk about the Sefirot, but this is not.
Well, I think when you're a child and you begin to become aware of existence and you start to think about the very deep thoughts such as what is infinity, that's a question that most children and everybody tries to figure out. What is infinity? And unless you're Albert Einstein, I mean, it's very hard to really figure it out. So when I heard the story of the creation by the Kabbalah and the Ein Sof and the contraction and the light and the word, that's something that helps me understand it a little bit better. So I do believe that,
Okay. I don't know if it's good or bad. I'm just, it's not about good or bad, or this is that. I'm just, I'm showing option here and a theory. I don't know if it's good. You will let me know. I'm just saying, by the way, Malka, the Ein Sof, it doesn't matter now what is it, because, and how to explain it and how people understand that, but for sure, it's a something, right? Even if it's all, we can understand that it's a something, and I'm saying there is something above the something. Okay, so we are going more high than this something, the light, because the light, although if it's Ein Sof, infinity, at the end, it's a something. And I want to take you above of it. Because what we are here, we want to go higher than we can, right? That's our goal. We want to go higher. The most higher I can take you, and that's what I'm trying to do in all these classes. It's to show you, or to trying to get to the feeling and understanding of exist and not exist at the same time. And this is probably what is it Atzmuto. It is what it is. What is that? We don't know. It is what it is. But what do you want? I can show you how to get there. But I don't know what is that. You will find out by yourself what is this. I don't know by myself. But I want you to get there. That's actually what I'm trying to do in life, okay? So how to get to this? You need to do something very unique in your brain, in your thoughts. And this is called exist and not exist at the same time. If you can think about it, and whatever happened to you in your day life, and you can think about it, that's actually can change. Maybe. I say, I don't know what is it, but it's actually, I'm taking you, I'm asking you if you want to go to this. I need you to know. I want you to know what's going on here, because whatever I'm going to talk to you at the end, this is my goal.
I like the sound of that.
So that. Now I'm not saying it is what it is. It's I don't know. It's God, no God. That's Muto, it's Barach. It doesn't matter. What it matter is to live a life knowing, or the feeling, or knowing that, and let's see what happens. We will discover together. What is it to live in exist and not exist at the same time?
I'd just like to say that I'm not so sure that I agree with the assumption that I believe, Ryan, is that your name, that was saying that belief is acceptance without proof. I think it's more of an inner knowing connected with experience that we have. So, for instance, I'm speaking to you right now over this internet, which, truthfully, as a non-scientist, I don't understand how it works. I know that it works because I've used it many times. I use Skype, I use Internet, Google Hangouts. So I have this experience knowing that it's connecting me with other people. And so if I look at the spiritual kind of things in the same way, it's kind of based on my experience in prayer, and any kind of connection. It's more of an inner knowing based on experience and, I think, subconscious inner knowing than really any kind of an acceptance. That's why I don't like the word belief.
Well, yeah, but okay. The point I'm making is you're saying you've had experiences, you've had all these things, and for you that's proof, right?
No, it's not really proof. It's more of a solidification of what I have in this inner knowing. If I've never prayed and never had any kind of interaction with a greater being of any kind, I might be lacking that.
Interesting. Yeah.
But I want to take you to a different level, because as I said, I don't know what it is, but it is what it is.
So you're saying it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what it is. This is a way to get there and find out.
Exactly. You need
I
to
feel
go
like that
if
fits
you want.
perfectly
I'm
into my
telling
belief
you, this
system.
is the okay. There is a Kabbalah. What you go in, there is the Kabbalah that's talking about, in the Kabbalah, probably you heard that million times, how to work on your ego, right?
Yeah.
That's everyone talk about how to work on your ego and what is to accept and what is it, and how you, what else they said, without conditions, and you need to have a want to give back and to influence and so on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's something. That's something. I'm saying, let's go to a different option. Or not a different, let's be, as I said, another dimension. That we don't know, or at least I don't know, or if someone knows, or you know someone knows, to go and to live a life of exist and not exist at the same time. And from here, to live a life. And then you come and tell me what to tell to the group, what happened to you when something happened to you and you think like this and you feel it and you know, tell me, I don't know. But to get to this point that you start to feel, we need to understand. Okay? We need to understand what it means exist and not exist. At the same time, at the same time, I'm talking about simultaneous, right? And simultaneously. The same things like in, if you know about criminal law. Criminal law, you need to show the mental and the act at the same time, simultaneously. You know this rule in criminal law?
No.
Okay, so in criminal law, so it's many times they use it. So I'm saying that's simultaneous. It means at the same time. Also we use it at the same time when we are doing a contract. What is this contract? When the contract became a contract, when the two minds simultaneous get agreed. So simultaneous, we know what is that, right? We can feel it. We can understand what is a simultaneous, right?
Yeah.
I live in Berkeley area, and we have a lot of spiritual people here, so we call it duality.
Why duality, and what is it? Duality is why? Give us more.
Well, what you're saying, it's like you're going along with your day, and you're doing things, in an orderly way. Wake up, wash, get dressed, go to work. You're doing that, but there's also another level. So the duality, and then so many people are conflicted because they don't feel that they're connected to that other level, or maybe they don't even know there's another level there.
But what's the duality here?
So the term that they use is duality, and most of the people here are looking for non-duality. They want to be one. They want to achieve one, and I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, simultaneity, it's mean one. What is mean one? One, they exist and not exist one at the same time, one. This is, that's what, yeah, you're right. That's what I mean. But I don't think duality. I'm thinking about one, the simultaneous is the same, in the same second. So you can say even before exist, and then the other exists because it's not even the same time. It's not simultaneous. But to your brain, I can, to our brain, you can understand what is simultaneous. Like you said, is the same time, time and place. That's it,
And
simultaneous.
they call that non-duality.
Actually, I'm not so sure that I'm on the same page with that, because what we're talking, I think what Shah is trying to get us to understand is that within the theories of Kabbalah, we have duality and non-duality at the same time. Because we can go to non-dualism, and that's just like a one float around unity without our own personal area within it. And so we have to be able to conceive of having a duality. Yes, there's something other than us. There's this physical plane, our daily lives, and then there's this greater abstract out there. But at the same time, we have to be able to be one. It's a paradox in holding those two ideas. I don't really think it's duality and non-duality. I think it's both.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because there is no duality, because duality, it's existence.
Right.
It's something. And I think you mean duality, it's mean there are they are existing of two different things. Right. Correct me if I'm wrong. But when you think about exist and not exist at the same time, I don't think you can have duality. I don't think. What do you think, guys? I don't know. Maybe my translation is no good for my brain, so I don't know. When I say duality, it takes me to understanding of two things. Well, from the two, dual is two. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I think, it's actually a wonderful system once you can get your brain to get this way. And it took me a long time, and I have so much more to learn. But it took me a long time to be able to hold any of the paradoxes. My head used to hurt when I started trying to read some of these things. But I think there's a real beauty in it, in that, okay, we talk about, as Jews, we talk about the Olam Haba, right, the next world. And when we finally get through all of this process, that we're going to be one with Hashem. But we're also, it talks about it as being a tanug, as being a pleasure. Well, how can you have a pleasure if we just merge into this oneness and forget ourselves? So that's more of like an Eastern philosophy, that there won't even be a consciousness outside of the God consciousness. But actually, what we're talking about, I think what you're talking about with this existence and non-existence, is that when we finally get there, we will be one completely with Hashem, like we say in the Aleinu, and it talks about that it actually will be called by the name of God at that point. So we'll actually be one with God, and yet at the same time, we're going to still exist in our separateness so that we can gain pleasure from being in the presence of Hashem. So it's that, I think that's what you're trying to get us to hold, is that idea that we can be our separate beings and we can be one with God at the same time, and that this world can exist and it cannot exist at all at the same time.
I with you. I hope, but I'm saying. Remember, I'm saying I don't know what is this. All I can tell you is to work on it. What's happened to you, and I love what are you saying. And I think also all the Kabbalah saying that the Atzmuto, whatever who's created the world, it's all about good. So we can assume if we get inside to this world, to the exist and not exist at the same time, we don't need to afraid, because whatever it is, it's all about God. It's all about good, and that's what also they teach us, and also that's what we feel, and I believe. And anyway, and if not, it's worth to if it's die, it's something to die. It's something so worth. Let's assume so. Even for this, it's worth it. But what I'm saying it in my point of view. But you don't need to follow so far.
Can I tell a little story? I don't want to talk too much, but can I tell a little story about this?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah. So last summer, I finally went to Israel for the first time in my life, and I'm pretty old now, so it was like on definitely my bucket list. I had to go to Israel, and I went to Sfat because I wanted to go to the birthplace of Kabbalah and the city of Kabbalah. So, I had to fly on the plane and then go from Jerusalem and take a bus and unpack my bags and walk around the streets and find the map and everything. And it was really great, but I think for about 10 seconds, I was walking in Sfat and I sort of lost track. I didn't feel my ego. And I felt just blended in, and I didn't even feel like one. It just, I don't know how to explain it. It was just like nothing almost. And then 10 seconds later, I came back and I had to walk down the cobblestones and find the map again and then go, and pack and everything. So I think that level that you're looking for is possible, but it's, unless you're like the Buddha and you can sit under a tree, which I would like to do maybe for many years, it's very difficult to achieve that level on a sustained basis.
So we are here to start to. That's what I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm
great.
here. That's
Good.
exactly what I'm here. I'm here to help everyone, including to me, to try it. It's a try, It's something to try. And if you failed it in Sfat, and believe me, they know what I'm saying here. Although, yeah, although you can
Well,
try to find someone to talk to you.
Well, I had the experience, but it only lasted 10 seconds,
Yeah, but it's a test. We call it a test for more. Test from feelings, like you eat something you like, and you want more. So that's what happened to you. So that's why you are here. And now I can explain to you and all of you about the Sefirot and what's going on and how we came to this and everything. It's happened. Everything from the light, whatever, all the Sefirot. It's to get to this second that we sit and we talk about it. That's and this has happened to everything, to everyone. So the question is, if we want to have this feeling, like Malka said, she felt it in Sfat. And of course we need we need to see how it works. And as you said, it's not about not to do nothing, like to be a Buddha and like because the people in Sfat, they are not Buddha, right? They are doing mostly study, right? But did you feel like they're having a bad life?
No, but they were studying a lot. Yes, lots of
right.
study.
They study a lot because it's required. It's required. It's not easy to, as you said, to perform it, because what is it, exist and not exist at the same time? How you live a life in this stage of mind? How you can? How does it work? I'm going to work tomorrow. For example, I take the bus. It exists or not exist at the same time. So what I'm going to do? Should I take the bus or not? Things like this, right? And then you have questions. That's what are you talking about when you're saying not to do. If you're thinking of like this, you what? It's like to do nothing, right? But it's not. But I don't know what is it, and I'm asking you to try it and then come to tell us. So we need.
So you're saying that all this theory and everything that many of us know a little bit about, and you're going to teach us more about, is it's something worth trying. It's a tool to try and get to a greater understanding. And it really doesn't matter whether, like Ryan was saying, we believe it or not. It's that if we're willing to try it and see where it takes us, that's a good thing.
Right, because you're right, but and I want to say that we get to this conclusion because there is no other theories better than this, like Magdalena said. If you give me the theory of the Big Bang, for example, so it's a something. So who created something? You're always going to go to the point there is existence, there is something. It's a something. So the new option, I'm saying it's a something and not something at the same time. Because even if you say the Ein Sof, it's a something, so it's a question is what is it above the something? Now remember, it's all about our brain. Of course, what we have in our brain, there is also what they call in the other words, but it doesn't much matter. What is matter is what we are here in this world is what we are doing. It doesn't matter if you get it from, I don't know, from angel or from of the angel, or if you take it from God. It doesn't matter. What is the question is, this is the option. This is the only option. And just that you know, so people say this is actually the Geula. This is the Messiah. This is the Messiah. Because once you change your brain, it's a new information. It's something new. You can think about it like the story of Etz Hadat, the Adam and Eva with the tree of knowledge. So this is what happened with the tree of knowledge. So that's what happened. That's what I'm telling you right now. So this is something if you to go and touch this knowledge. This is the high. This is the high I can take you. So I don't know what is. I mean, I know, or all of us know what other people think, but did everyone think or heard about this kind of living, exist and not exist, to think about it, to live a life about feeling and understanding, and then from here we're going to go, and you will see the life is going to be of course different, or maybe not, I don't know, we will see, because again I say I don't know, I'm just saying this is what it is.
Did we lose him? No?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I want to hear you guys.
What was your question again?
My question is, if we want to go to this understanding and live this life, and from here to develop, because this is the develop of everything, what I think. So that's what I want to offer you, because I don't think it's fair for me, go to you with all this Sefirot and all what they are told, you can study a million years. But in the end, what we want now, everyone, because except of me, maybe, but include Ryan, that we all want to get to the Creator, because we agree there is a Creator for the world, right? And everyone want to get to the Creator, whatever the reason. It doesn't matter why. Doesn't matter why, because this is want a good life. This is want to have to try whatever you want. So I'm telling you, to get to this new different life, I'm offering not the other option that the Kabbalah gives in other Kabbalah study or other theories about to work on your ego, which is also a part of it. But the first things I'm saying, to live this life. So now let's try to think about how we can think about exist and not exist. If it exists and not exist, it means that there is no good or bad, right? Because if there is bad or good, there are two different things, right?
Yes.
And both of them, it's not only, it's one. It exists and not exist. It's one. So it could be there is good or bad. It must be only, both of them is the same. There is no good or bad.
Makes sense.
Right. So whatever you're going to say, some people saying, oh, but I have a decision. Okay, hold on. But when you say you have a decision, you mean that it exists. At the same time, it's not exist. And think about what happened today with the theory of quantum theory. You probably heard about it. That they find out like you can be in the same something can be at the same time randomly without even, they don't know how and why. Which is,
I know what you're saying.
But right, but
About being in two places at the same time.
Right, and they don't know even, they cannot predict where it's going to be. It's randomly. It just happened. You cannot predict and say, listen, this thing's going to be to left or to right. They don't know. Statistics, they can see if they are doing a million times, it's going here and there, maybe 50-50 in sequence, but they cannot predict 100%, right? They don't know. So that's what happened in this world, what I'm talking about. The world of Atzmuto, exist and not exist. And they call it, there is a word, it's called the world of Nikudim. There is, I think there is also a clue on this place when, if someone knows the story about Jacob when he took the sheep from Lavan. But again, it doesn't matter, in the end it doesn't matter. Story, Bible, it doesn't matter. Because also if there is a Bible or is something, it's a something. And at the same time, it's nothing. It's not exist. So if you want to take it or not from this, for example, from the Bible things, it's
experience.
What's the difference? What's the difference if yes or not? What's the difference? So you say, I know I'm choosing, but even chosen, it's something. So.
Well, I think we're all looking for meaning in life. Why are we here? What are we here for? All those kinds of things. And I think this kind of a system can help us gain a deeper understanding of what we see as existence is and what it has to do with anything. I think that's probably why we're all here.
I agree with that a little bit. I had a direct experience myself when I was 16, and I was in a car accident, and it definitely changed the way I looked at the world, and it drew me more to things like this and wanting to know God or the Creator more.
What happened exactly? Sorry, Johnny Ben. What happened?
I was walking home one evening when I was 16, and I was hit by a car, and I broke my arm and my leg, and I hurt the right side of my body. And after I came back from the car accident, when I woke up a couple days later, the world seemed different. And I don't really know how to describe it. I was looking at things different. I thought differently. I think differently now.
What can you share? What did you think before, and what you think now? What's the main difference?
I'm a lot more sensitive to things than I was before. More empathy, things like that. More wanting to know more about the Creator.
I understand.
A lot more serious. I wasn't serious, and then when I woke up, I was serious about
So
things.
okay, so that's what the Kabbalah said. Also, of course, there is nothing bad. Even if we see that as bad, it's actually good. Okay, so and then you in the beginning it looked like probably when it happened to you. So and every bad things. Okay, we are talking not only about the specific story of Genevieve. We are talking in general. That's every time something happens which is look bad, we look at it and it's very hard, and you cannot even talk with people. You cannot change it. If it's in the middle of breakdown, it's over, and you can't. It's very, I don't know if you can talk with someone who, and then there is a point. That's what they call it. The point of the heart is open, and that's what happened to you, for example, Genevieve.
Yes,
That
that's
at
what
some
it felt
point
like.
in the beginning, when it happened to you, you were met to everyone. It's hard. It's very hard. It's a drama. It's a drama and trauma. But then, in some point, it's happened because for a good things, because your soul. That's what they're going to explain. The soul, your soul want to, like everyone. This is the only option to get closest to the Creator. And I am saying to be closest, and I'm showing you the higher, the top of the top. I'm not going to the Creator here. I'm not going to the Creator there. There is Yud Ke Vav Ke, there is God, and there is the Lord, and there is the names, and there are many things, right? We know, yeah, and many names of God. And what is it, God? And the God of in the Bible, it's probably, as you know, it is translated as let me know if I'm wrong, but the Lord is it's Yud Ke Vav Ke, no, in English, right? I think, right, the Lord, or Yud Ke Vav Ke. So I'm saying I want to take you above the Yud Ke Vav Ke. So that's why I start. That's the Yud Ke Vav Ke. By the way, it's here. If because let me show you the. I know it's going to take me time, but the Yud Ke Vav Ke is here in the Sefirot. He's the God here. Okay, or the even if it's the Ein Sof, or maybe we don't know exactly, but there is the first one. It's a yeah, and so on. It go down until Adonai. Each Sphera has his own God inside. So I don't want you to get only to the, or I don't want anyone to get to the level, to the God or to Yud Ke Vav Ke or Adonai or every names here or God. No, I want us together to go up, to go up, to go above the Sefirot and to go direct to the Atzmutot, which I'm saying, I don't know what is that. And that's what and that's what people are doing, trying to get to this level, because once you get into this level, you actually connecting with the the creator, you know, if I can say the creator or whatever it is, which I don't know. We say let's call it Atzmuto, or it is what it is. And I'm saying the trick or the key that I'm giving it to you is the rules of exist and not exist. That's like in the other Kabbalah, in the lower level of Kabbalah, they are talking about to get to Yud Kevavke and to the Creator, which is Yud Kevavke. For them, they're not going to talk to you from here. This is you don't talk. What happened? I don't know why my pens don't want to write anymore. They are really mixed.
You switch the person. You have to click on you.
We are making okay. We are making.
You have to click on yourself. You click on somebody else.
Okay, but it looks like I'm good now.
Ryan.
Yeah.
No, Shah clicked on you, I think.
So no one going to talk to you from here. Maybe you can find, but I'm telling you, try. Let me know. Okay? Everyone going to talk to you from the Sefirot down. Oh, sorry.
Oh, wow.
Where are you talking to us from?
I'm trying to. Can you see my screen? Something is happening.
Yeah, it's like feeding back and all.
Going into infinity.
It's pretty cool looking.
It is. There's the Sefirot, one inside the other.
It's really apt, I agree.
I'm trying to put it back.
There's the asymptote.
That's actually pretty cool.
I don't know what happened. Something
You blew
weird.
its mind.
Have you got the a webcam facing the screen?
No, I don't want to. Something happened to the option. Hold on, to the app. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So
Maybe refresh the page. I don't know.
It did that to me when I was installing it, but then it went back to working like normal. There it goes.
Well, it kind of looked like the picture.
okay, here. Now it's better. Now you can see. Okay. So I'm saying. Okay. If I want to go higher than the 10 Sefirot. Okay, are you with me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Fast track to God. That's what I want.
Everyone talk about the Sefirot down. So, for example, about the people, they talking about the Sefirot down. I mean, all about the Sefirot and blah blah blah. Their key is how to work on your ego. Okay, so this is all the Torah on one leg, and which is one hand you receive. So you need to learn how to receive, to receive, but to receive to have influence on others. Okay, so this is the key for the Kabbalah. For example, if you go to study with one of the Berg or other Kabbalah centers or other people, okay? What I'm talking about, it's above it.
Great.
So, and to get to this level, we need to start to work on this.
I don't agree with you about the ego, though. I think the ego is in Yesod. And then we have other qualities that are not related to the ego. But we can talk about that later.
But ego, it's a something?
Yeah, ego is something inside of us. But there are many other things inside of us as well. And most people don't know about the other things.
Yeah, but these things or the other things, it's if it's something, someone creates them? something,
Well, no,
someone.
God created them. For example,
Okay,
I
so what
think
is this
that,
God? If you're saying there is God, so who is what God?
well,
Who created God?
for example, if I think that the ego is in Yesod, but we have, for example, Hod, right? Hod is one of the Sefirot. Hod is when you are thinking of your memories or you're thinking about something for the future. And it's not necessarily ego, it's a feeling, like a reverberation. When you're thinking about something that happened and you almost remember it, that's not really ego, that's Hod.
Yeah, but I'm saying we are trying to go higher than this. Okay, so we can understand what is it ego, what is it Sefirot, what is it. That's what I'm saying. Like we can learn that.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about it, and there are a few keys, as I said, like that's what they teach. If it's good or bad, who cares? It doesn't. Of course, probably it's better than not to onto the other options. For example, to be with ego, which by the way, ego it's good. To want is good, and I hope this is also what they teach you. And everyone knows to want is good. We want you to want, and want in big, not in small. We want you to want to be rich as much as you want, as you can, or to be a leader, or to be the best, because the people need people with wants. Otherwise, how can we have a president or people with making money or doing business, so we can
You
we
want
can live
people
a
to
life?
reach
We
their
want people that they have a big want. We want it. But I'm not talking in this level.
full
This level
potential.
is going down to the 10 Sefirot, the explanation of 10 Sefirot, which is great. Which is great. I'm talking about another level, another dimension. I want to go, I want to cross with you this from here to jump out to the, it is what it is, which we don't know what is that, but the key to get into it is to, for example, as you said, to use what we have, for example, feelings and thoughts, and of course, we going to talk about it, but it's kind of, we understand what we are talking together when we are start to talk. We are always talking from the exist and not exist simultaneously. That's the feelings that we need to always think of. I know it's not, so tell me, when I'm telling to you about exist and not exist at the same time, what do you feel about it? What is your feeling? Genevieve, do you want to share with us? What is your feeling when I'm saying exist and not exist? What do you feel about it?
The first thing that comes to mind is I feel that I want to know beyond what I think and exist and perceive as now, and think in a higher way, in a different dimension. I hope that made sense.
But the question is, if you want to try.
Yes, I want to keep moving forward and try to transcend the boundaries and
And you understand that we don't know where are we going to, but we hope it's good, because they told us God is all good, and but we don't know what's going on there. But we were together as a
you
group.
learn as you go, right?
Exactly. Exactly. I cannot give you books. This is nothing. It's not, you don't study that as a group. It's a secret of the secret of the secret, and you study that and you talk about it in between, and all there are groups they know that are part of it. And this is this is what it is, and this is what I'm trying to achieve. Because let's think again about, with all the respect to the other theory, which again the Kabbalah is a theory. I'm saying this is is the theory, and this is the way to get to this goal. Ryan, what do you feel when we are talking when you think about exist and not exist simultaneously?
Well, I kind of think it's exactly what I was talking about. Like, you can't. In some ways, you exist and you don't exist at the same time means you. I mean, it can be reflected as you don't know, right? So, accepting a paradox in your mind like that, like I don't know, 0 equals 1 or whatever, that sort of thing requires suspension of disbelief. But I don't know. I'm getting a little tongue-tied here, but I feel like it's kind of exactly what I've been feeling and trying to come to.
Wow, that's great. So you are you see why you are here?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We just had a realization.
And you were in Monday, right?
Yeah, but I couldn't hear it very clearly.
Ah, you see, and somehow you came again, and you know that it's a different, but sometimes something puts you. So you see, you are in the right place.
Oh,
but
definitely.
We are going to, so it's great, Ryan. So stay with us, and and we will see how we're going to get to this point, and that's we will see, and you tell us what happened in your day life when we get into it more and more. Milinka, did you want to say something? No, someone trying to say something, right? Sorry.
Oh, I just said he just had a realization a minute ago.
Yeah, which is great, no?
Well, I don't know if it was a
Yes.
realization, but I feel like I don't know. I mean, I feel like maybe I've found a good place to study, if nothing else.
But you understand it's a different study. It's not about the Sefirot.
Yeah,
anymore.
no, exactly.
It's not about the Sefirot anymore. I want
this.
Right.
I mean, essentially, it's an attempt at non-duality. I mean, I guess we had a little bit of a discussion about that earlier, but at least as far as my understanding is that non-duality encompasses duality. But I feel like that's kind of where we're trying to head.
Exactly. That's everyone wants to get there, but no one heard about it. Did you hear about it before?
Me?
That's option.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not this exact thing, but I've read a couple of books that pointed me in some really similar directions. A book by Jay Michelson called "Everything Is God" is really, I mean, it's just,
Yeah, okay, but Ryan, this is explain to you everything is God. This is a different. I'm saying something different.
Okay.
That's not a question. It's not a question that everything is God. I'm
Right.
saying if you want to go above the God that is talking in the book, because this God that is talking in the book is something. And this something there is above him, which this is what he said, it is what it is. And
Fantastic.
it is what it is. It exists and not exist at the same time. Therefore, you need to put it in your brain the same things like what it is. So you bring down what they call the light. You bring down what it is to the Shina, to the Malchut. That's what they are talking about. Everything, whatever. Everything is going to be connected. But this is the point. The book is not talking about and correct me if I'm wrong, he's talking about that, as you said, God is everywhere, but here we are talking about above it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it kind of touches on that point. It focuses on the immanent nature of God, but it touches on this point it goes into great detail on or great exposition on the concept of there is none but Him, Eno Milvado, and sort of goes on a very long tangent about that, and it's a
But Ryan, you need, and you can read after again, but the concept of Atzmuto, Yitbarach, or it is what it is it's not about the how you say that the who and how you say it, who in him is one, or everything is one.
yeah.
That's of course, but this is here. This is the Yud Kevavke. This is the light.
Right.
And from here, you need to understand what's going from the light down. That's the Ein Sof.
Right.
But I want to take you higher from this. Because
Okay.
if you say there is, even if you say there is, we said that God created the world from nothing to something, right? But
Sure.
but also nothing and something is something.
Yeah.
So the question is, what is that, these things? So what is that that's before the something and nothing? So the before that, there is exist and not exist. And that is what it is.
Yeah.
So if you can think in your mind, in your life, that's what it is. So you need to start to live a life with the same key, or the same way the Asmuto is, because you need to bring it down. So I'm saying, don't go down to the how to receive the light. I'm saying to you, trying to see the light from the eyes of exist and not exist. This is, and I give you, as I said last time, I want you to try something for tonight, and trying to think to this at night before you go to sleep. It's even better. But even in your day life, think about something happened to you and it's bothering you. For example, someone angry you, or something doesn't feel like perfect, which everything's supposed to be perfect. So yeah, so because God is perfect, right? That's Muto is perfect. So it must be perfect, and now we are perfect. So everything is perfect. So if something it doesn't feel perfect, you need to say to yourself, hold on. This what I feel it's exists but not exist. And then get deep to these feelings and see what happened to you. You might react differently. You might feel differently. You might have a thought differently. Things happen to you differently. And I'm talking to you from experience. Like Malka said, she went to Tzfat, she feels different. You know? So, of course, it's better if we had more people here, like people in Tzfat, and to teach them there, and everyone going to have this Torah, these things, this theory, and people start to live in this key of exist and not exist. And that's our also goal, to have as much people as we can. But before we want to bring more people, we need to feel it and understand that, because if you don't feel it, you can talk to other people about it. So I want first to let you to feel it, and let the
That's
brain.
exactly what I want from this.
Exactly, we're going to do it together. And
I agree with Ryan. That's exactly what I'm looking for too. It's actually quite an exciting concept because I feel like it's kind of a fast track to where I've been trying to go.
great, so welcome to the group. You see, the same. You are here not for nothing. There is a reason. But remember, if we go into the exist and not exist, so there is a reason and there is no reason. So what's the difference between reason or not? There is no difference. But at the same time, it exists. So that's why you are here. Now the question is what we are going to do from here.
So what are we going to do from here?
We are trying to live a life according to the exist and not exist feeling. So, for example, tonight or during the week, the homework is going to be something happen, as I said. It's always something happen. Since once we, in every life, whatever you're going to see or face during the week. So I want you to think like this. Say to yourself, hold on. This guy is bother me, is make me crazy, is make me angry, whatever. Say, hold on. He's exist and not exist. And now, see what happened to you. And the homework is to write it down. What happened to you when you did it, and come to this class next week and to tell us what happened. And we will see what happened. This is one thing. The other things I'm asking is when you're going to sleep, think about how we get to the Atzmuto and how we get mentally in the brain. Is when you ask the question, every time you ask the question, okay, so what is above, if everything is exist, so what is above the exist? And then you go automatically to the answer that it exists and not exist in the same time. Probably this is the only option now. Because everything it exists. We agree about it, right? About the exist and time, right? We understand about these things. There is nothing exists without place and time. You know that, right? I don't need to get into it.
Yes.
We know everything is place and time. Because if there is no place, there is no exist. If there's no both of them, also there is some question. But that's the point. Right, everything in the physical life, it must be place and time. Even things like they are like in the brain, like a thought. A thought, it's also if it's something. Therefore, they have a place and time. Okay, so it must, and someone create that. And who create that? That's the creator. Okay, so who create the light? Whatever, we're going again to the top. Who create the if everything it's something, and so who created something? Something is, it must be something about the something, above the something, and then you're going to feel. There's going to be a feeling when you start to think about it in your brain that you you want to get into to start to get into the feelings of exist and not exist, and then something's going to happen in the brain, and we must break it to get into it, to have it. And that's what I'm offering here. Together to break this wall.
So when you talk about existence that we all know because we live it, are we talking about existence that's also on the other levels? Let's say somebody has a psychic episode, or is touched by an angel, or visited by a Leo and a V. Are those all things that are also in existence, just at higher levels of existence?
It exists and not exist. Can you think about it at the same time?
Sort of.
So what's the problem?
So it's when in your definition of existence, you're including everything inside the sphere of all the way from Keter down. When you're talking about existence.
The existence is from the Sefirot down. I don't want even to get into it. We can spend all our life, and even more, and billions books, and a lot of blah 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 blah. Which the point in the end is to get back high. So why to go?
Everything under that line you have drawn is existence.
Right. It's exist. Also around it, I'm saying the light itself. Around the light, the white around, it also exists, because what happened, according to what they say in the Kabbalah, the books of Kabbalah, there was something which they call it Atzmuto, which they say, on this you don't talk, you don't ask. Okay? No one want to talk, no one want to, you can ask. This is above us. No one talk about it.
So are you saying we can ask?
Excuse me?
Are you saying that we can ask?
That's what they say, we can. I'm telling you, so that's what they are doing. This is talking and study in what, let's call it, the secret rooms, okay? I don't know, like what we are doing now. Which I don't think it needs to be in a secret way. I think it needs to be open to public, so that's what I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not saying, I don't know why whatever the reason, there is a lot of issue, because you don't ask questions about God. Okay? You don't ask questions about the Creator. Because if we go to our level, so for example, let's say the Jewish people, they are doing all the mitzvot, right? So what is it, the mitzvot? The mitzvot is God said, right? It's a mitzvah. The God said to do. So it's a mitzvah, right? God says something. He has a will. He has a want, right?
Yes.
But God doesn't have a want. So if you start to ask questions about God and who is it and what if He has want, and you go up, you find out actually Atzmuto He doesn't want from you. If it exists and not exist, how can you can do these things and not the other things? What's the difference between them? There is no difference. There's no difference. If you want to do it because that's what you want to do it, you can do it. But if you go up and understand what is it Atzmuto, so what's there is no really there's no really different. You don't need to do the mitzvot. You can do it if you want, if you feel. But what's the so this is the light. So we are talking about above it. So let's. Geneviève.
Yeah, just thinking. So, you know, I was thinking about how in the Ramchal in Derech Hashem and Das Tmunot and a couple other things always talks about how Hashem is the ultimate good and how an ultimate good needs to bestow good on another, and so that's why all this was created. But I feel like you're going a step above even that.
Right, because about good, because when they say or you say good, so what's the difference between good or not good? Why you choose good? Why what's the difference? It doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference? Good or no good? What's the difference? If it's one, it's the same. It's come from the same one. It's the one. So what's the difference? So you're right. So when you said God is all good, we can use it. We can use it to give us maybe a good feelings. Maybe once we want to go into this world, to the exist and not exist, which it is what it is, and we don't know what is that. So I don't know what is that. So that's what I'm telling you, that I don't know. But if you want to figure out, so you are welcome. I can't tell you what it is because I don't know what is it. All I know is what is the key for it and how, and to try it from day by day from your stories and what happened to you, and when you're trying to get to this stage of mind, and from here to start to develop how again to put you back to this stage of mind and not let you to go to fall down again, always to keep you in this stage of mind. So so that's what I'm saying. The one homework I'm giving is to check what's going on during the day, during the week, and if there is something that's bother you, so think about this. And when you think about the exist, not exist, about this something bother you, just see what happened.
Okay, can you explain to us a little more the thought process about thinking about the exist and not exist? Can you give us an example like that, something that does happen, so how you would work yourself through that?
So that's what I gave the second homework, which is start to work with the thought, with the brain, which is start the beginning of it to get to it is to understand there is above the Sefirot, there is above the light, there is, you get to the when you're asking your brain questions, what is it, who created, because we are all of us agree there is a creator to the world, right? But if you're going up until your thought telling you, hold on, every time you're going to say there is something, like we say here, we can say there is something about the light, the Atzmuto. Even there, when you say that, so who's about the Atzmuto? When there is Atzmutos, so who's created the Atzmuto of the Atzmuto? Okay? But in some point, you start to think the only option is only if you think these things, that's mutor, whatever it is, that's what it's called. It is what it is.
Mhm.
Uh, it's actually is something and nothing at the same time. And
Okay,
I'm
so
not talking about nothing, nothing. I mean nothing in the way of exist, not exist.
right. So if something happens, let's say in my life that has what I perceive as a negative effect on me, then I should say to myself, "This is happening and it's not happening." Is that what I'm supposed to do? What exactly?
Right, right, right. It's happened because whatever is happened.
Okay.
Who it doesn't matter now why it's happened or not. I'm saying that's exactly. You need to say, okay, it's a something. It's a something, right?
Mhm.
Of course, it's something. Everything is something. Whatever you feel or happen, it's a something. Now,
Okay.
at the same time, thing, it's not exist.
Okay.
It's not happen. And
Okay.
then and feel it, and then see what happened.
Okay.
Because I give you, you ask more. I give you what's happened. Because if you feel something negative, as you said, right? So this is your existence. This is who you are. This is what happened to you. This is what happened. Whatever you can say. Some people said, "No, I chose it," or "Oh, you chose it." No, I'm saying no. It's not about chosen because chosen is also it's also something which you it exists and not exist. So what's the difference between to choose or not to choose? There's no difference. So
Okay.
it's not about your chosen. It's because it is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay.
Exactly, it is what it is. But in the same time, so what is so what is it? It is what it is. It's to it exists. But the question now, if you can see that as not exist, and at the same time to see that it's not exist,
Okay.
because in one hand you must to deal with this, right?
Right.
Yeah, but if you deal with this only with the thought that it exists, and now you need to deal with this, this is what we that's what we all of us know. But now we are learning. We don't want to do something different. We want to say, okay, it exists. Okay, yeah, I need to deal with this. Okay, but now if you are thinking it's not exist in the same time, and then see what happened to you and how do you going to react to this negative.
Okay. I'm already getting a headache.
This is the start. Probably you say it's. I'm saying I told you I don't know what is that. So if it's a headache, so probably you need to give up. Because I don't know what is that.
It's a lot to think about.
Well, it's to think and not to think. That's the trouble.
Exactly. Exactly. Because also a thought, it's a something. So in one hand, yes, you need to think about it, yes, but it might not exist at all. So and all what I'm saying to you, I can connect it to you to all the Sefirot and all this, So for example, exist and not exist, it's not come from nothing. By the way, our name of the earth of this world in Hebrew, it's called Olam. And Olam, it's come from the word, the idea of it's all mystery.
Mhm.
So what we see, it's not what we see.
Right.
But that's what we see. So, here the same paradox take us back to the Malchut. But again, we can study and we can talk about this, for what? Because we want to go up to the bottom of the bottom, the beginning of the new stuff.
Mhm. Well, this idea is quite exciting because as I've looked into the Kabbalistic studies and the theories, it changed my life and the way that I look at things, my perspective, everything. But there's also a frustration in, I'm already in midlife. I don't have 50 more years
Right.
and learn and get there. And so there's been a frustration that, okay, here I am at my age already, and I'm so far away from where I want to be, and there's just no way, even if I had the opportunity to sit down and study, like Malcolm was saying, and spot all day long, I don't see that there's even time for me to really get where I want to go.
Right, I understand you.
So if I can, this is actually, it's very interesting that I've come to this class, because that's all actually been a prayer that I have used and said, look, I need a shortcut. I need to get there through I don't know, dot or something, so that I don't have to spend all these years. Maybe I don't need to be the world's greatest authority on the Kabbalah or on the Torah or on anything like that, but I just want to get there. And we have stories all through our history of very simple people who did.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, I feel like what he's trying to say, or what you're trying to say, Shah, is that it's not just study. It's a practice. It's like a practice of making yourself think a certain way and adopting a point of view to like adopting your superficial point of view and then hopefully internalizing it over time and actually getting somewhere through that, as opposed to just learning endless names and lists and things like that, which is the conventional method.
Right, because if I'm going to talk like about the Sefirot, what do you care about the Sefirot now? This is all to get you to the...
It's just a tool for understanding a little bit better.
Of course, from now, once you get this, now you can maybe, if you want, you can get in and listen. But this is, you don't need me for this. You have books, you have this, today you have centers, you have this. They can teach you enough about the Sefirot and about everything, whatever you want to know. They will teach you whatever you want to know. I'm here to try to show you a different way, something that you're not going to. It's a different way of life. It's a different way to live a life. It's a different concept.
So are we supposed to apply this to our lacks in life or everything in life?
Everything. So, as I said, it starts from...
Our moments of happiness, that exists and it doesn't exist also.
Right, so what if you get... If someone... Of course, and even if... Who said the happiness is better than bad? Or what's the difference? Even sometimes people get so happy, something bad happened to them because they are so happy. So what's so good with happy? Someone's so happy they jump from the window. So what? So who said it's to be happy is better than to be bad? And see what Genevieve told the story. She has a car accident and something happened to her. So things from bad you get good. But I'm saying, what's the difference? Why to live the life? Things to have a life which is exist and not exist, but it happened. So you are happy, which is okay. But understand also, it's not exist at the same time. So you're not going to, things supposed to happen to you, which I say I don't know what, but it's a technique. I'm telling you, if you can apply it, this is something change the life. And I'm saying that's what they call actually the Messiah. That's the Messiah come. The Messiah come when the light, which light? Light of God. Which God? The God that you cannot even say his name, you can say nothing about him. Why? Because I don't know what is it, but it is something. It is what it is. Okay, so if it is what it is, so what he's doing, what's going on there? So you can say he's exist and not exist at the same time. So what happened now? Now you want to take this light, okay, and break it down to earth. How? To the person. Okay, how? The way that we are studying right now. Okay? That's what it's called Shekhinah. Why Shekhinah? Because when they got, he says, Shachanti betochacher, like the house or the place inside, going to be inside you, inside the people, right? That's the Shekhinah. That's Shachanti betochacher. That's why always you hear probably sometimes about the Shekhinah. Someone. Doesn't matter, but the point is to bring something from up to down. It's not only to think about it, because in criminal also you don't get punished if you're only thinking. But it's something, but I want you to think about it. That's what I gave two different homework, to think about it and at the same time to apply it on life. And then I'm saying once you apply on it or think about it, if something happened, come back and tell us and share it with us. So we will start to have more and more information from your experience. Because I said, I don't know what is that. I can only put you in focus, trying to put you together with trying to put on focus. I hope also you might be with more talent or option or understanding than I, because usually people are coming and they are having more what they call the light, or they understand better, they feel it better, and they are going higher and higher. And I'm asking, once you're going high, come and share with us, because we want to live according to this option. And the question is, if it's what happened, and if you said that it's make you headache, so it starts bad. Because it's supposed to so it's not worth it. But again, headache and not headache, what's going on here? Right?
Right. Well, I think the headache is just from the trying to put your thoughts into somewhere that's hard to reach.
So what everyone think? Ryan, long time we didn't hear you. So. By the way, if you feel to go to sleep, or they feel free to say, or just to disappear. I mean, for now, disappear. Just we will be in touch. So feel to say or not to say bye bye. Just okay. So have just if you are feeling that it's interesting you and you need more and more when you have what to say. So we can continue. I can continue. We say 25 hours a day.
This is good stuff, Shah. This is I'm liking listening to it. I don't know. I mean, I'm in a it's only 7:30 for me, so I'm not doing too bad.
Wow, that's great, Ryan. What happened to you, or what I felt when we start? You know what I mean? And from the beginning to now, I had the feeling that you're going to be a skeptic about this, and now you showed me how you see how stupid I was.
Well, no, I don't think that's the case at all. I think you are right to be concerned. What I'm saying is I still am very uncomfortable with the idea of saying I believe anything. Back to the original point that we had that conversation about. But like I also said, I'm more than willing to engage with ideas and attempt to get as much out of this as possible. And I mean, really, I'd like to be able to say I do know something, but I don't feel as though I do. Like.
But you understand, Ryan? It's not about belief, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's I mean, that's what attracted me to Kabbalah in the first place. Was I read a few things that explained to me that it really didn't have anything to do with belief. It really pushes you towards seeing it for yourself. You can gain those experiences through this study and practice.
Yeah. When they said, and I think I said that last time, Ryan, if you remember in the class on Monday, I said even when this Rabbi Joseph is talking, we read from his book, they are talking also about a strong belief. So, but we need to understand when they say it, what they mean. What they mean is to go here above, and even you have Abba Shem Tov also. You know, he said that if you read his book, he said, and there are many people giving a clue about that exists and not exist. That's what they are talking when they are talking about belief.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's not a belief. I'm asking you not to believe. I'm asking you, let's make a game.
That's exactly what I want.
Exactly. So I'm saying let's have a game. There is a game here. Because, and I'm trying to prove how, or to show technically in the brain how we get to here. So that's how I want to show how to get to here. But now we have this rule, exist and not exist simultaneously, to apply it in everyday life, and it doesn't matter now what's going around, what they are saying about the light, not the light, or whatever. It's not relevant now, because now we have a rule and we need to live around this rule. So if you need explanation, so I need to explain to you, you know, the blah 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 Sefirot. That's what we call it. I give you an example. I give you an example. You know, people asking me about, for example, mitzvot. Okay. So what's the question in the mitzvot? Why you do this and this? For example, you keep on meat and dairy. Okay, mitzvah. And I'm saying there is few explanations. It depends about your level of your brain. If depends, you know, how level you are. Because if you were a high level, you wouldn't even ask. But if you want another level, so go to the Torah, because the Torah said. And if you don't understand, so let me explain to you, because we don't want to hurt to animal, and we don't want whatever explanation, and you can find million story about it in the Gemara, right?
Yeah.
Of course, and everything. So why this all explanation? All this explanation is to explain to people that they don't understand. So maybe from there they're going to go up to where we are now. So I want to skip all this and to find or to have a group that's living the life on this key. That's the game. Exist and not exist. Now, as I said before, there are other games. For example, the lower level, or whatever, lower or not lower, it doesn't matter. There is another option, as I said, they are talking about games of ego. Okay? This is another game. And they explain to you how this little ego and blah, 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 and how to work with the ego and not ego, and also, and so on. And I'm not saying, I don't care about if it's good or not good, but I'm saying, let's have our game and see what happens. And we develop, and we need to explain, because many people are not going to understand that. And to be able to explain that, we need to have more information. And how are we going to have more information? It's by you having your life and thinking about it when something happens, and come and report and see what happened. Report to us, report to the board, to the board of the board of the exist and not exist. Now, I don't want to tell you, listen, your life is going to be crazy. I'm saying to you, listen, try and see. We know Malka give us, for example, a first example. She said she went in to Tzfat and she felt what she felt. And these people in Tzfat, there are many Kabbalistic there. They are the higher level of Kabbalists. Not the Kabbalists, they're trying to make a living to teach Kabbalah. They don't teach Kabbalah. There is no teaching Kabbalah. Okay? There's no. You must understand. You must understand that this is something. That's the basic of the basic. Okay. So this is what I want you to go to sleep with, and to be during the week with this feeling. And it doesn't matter. By the way, Ryan, it doesn't matter which class you're going to go. I'm going to be everywhere with the same. In the same, I go to there again and again to whatever I'm going to talk about. This is because this is the goal. Okay, so it doesn't matter which class you're going to. I
All
just
right.
give you
It'll probably be the Monday class. I think that'd be the easiest one for me.
whatever is good for you. I'm just saying to all of you. That,
all right. Shah, sorry, I don't mean to derail the conversation here, but I'm really, this is something that's been on my mind. You say Etzmu Tov. How do you spell this? I'd like to look this up and know the definition and everything. In Hebrew is good. Fine, that's fine.
Okay, listen. Because we cannot, remember, it's exist and not exist at the same time, right? Remember?
Right.
Okay. So, therefore, we can't, you don't have a word to say, you can't say anything. You can't. That's exactly what you need to feel when you are thinking about it. When you start to let your brain to work on it, so easy by easy, you're going to feel like something happened, and then you're going to apply that on your life. Okay, but this is not the question you asked. So because we must use something like we use the word light, which we said it's allegory, right?
Right.
Allegory, or it's not the real light we are, because we don't have how to express in our world. We don't have the word to say what is that, so we say light. The same things we say about atzmuto. That's what I write it here in Hebrew.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't see it. I'll
Ein tzadik mem. Now,
okay, Ayin Zadik Mem, okay.
vav taf vav atzmuto. I think you can also maybe in English say it, the assets or something, but it doesn't. You can give it. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying this is how they call it. When you read some books in Kabbalah, when they give you some clue, they call it Atzmuto Yitbarach, or Akadosh Baruch Hu Yitbarach, or something. Hu Yitbarach, Atzmuto Yitbarach. So, but this is.
But like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to change the subject at all. I'm just. You've said the term a number of times, and I'm trying to understand it. So like, Tov is good and Etz is tree, so it's like the tree of good. What is Mu or Vu?
Sorry, I didn't understand the tree and the.
But isn't Etz means tree, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't come from that. It's like Atzmut means essence, self. So Atzmuto is like himself, by itself.
Okay,
Right.
There we go. That's what I wanted to know.
But yeah, Atzmuto is by himself. It is what it is.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you. Sorry, I haven't got good Hebrew. I'm working on it.
Why? Don't feel that you need to be sorry. What's the difference if you sorry or not? You need to have information that you need.
Right.
It's not relevant. It's not relevant that you that's your feeling, and you need to know, to learn to avoid it. You see, this is come from exist and not exist, because you give what you bring from you, what it exists. But if you think about not exist at the same time, you wouldn't even say that. Therefore, it changed you. How it changed you? You wouldn't say that. And what did you say? You would say what you need. What do you need? You need this information to understand what is it atzmuto.
All right.
That's changed mine, and that's supposed also to change their life and your reality around you. But what happened, I don't know. You will find out. Okay?
All right.
That's the. So I hope you understand what it mean. What it mean. Atzmuto again.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We don't know what is it.
Right.
I was wondering if it would be possible to maybe talk to the other students during the week, or would you rather that we just talk during the class? Because, when you're saying that, so many images come to my mind, and I don't really want to discuss the images because that's not what we're talking about, but maybe it would be good to share with one another. I don't know. What is your plan for the class?
So first, as I said also to Ryan, so we have also a group on Monday. So for me, although I'm teaching there, or I told them that it's about the light, and we are following the light, and I can follow the light, and we can study about the light, like we study about trying to study the vessel. But I did start to talk to them about the above. So probably next week I'm going to touch the same things. So first, I want to tell you, it's not only the group here, but everyone who's going to study the same things. They're going to go to the point of exist and not exist. So all of us going to play this game. Now, how are we going to, if we connect? I mean, we are in the group. You can share your thoughts. What is in your mind, for example, to share or to talk. We don't need to be only only here one on a week, if this is your question. You are 24 hours on the group on Facebook. You always can share, you can call, you can talk, we can always, you can always, for example, I think, in my point of view, for example, if you will tell me or you put on the group a message saying that, oh, I want to say something to you, something happened to me, or I want to share something at this and this time, I will be the first going to say, okay, I'm in. So share it with the group. Say that you want to tell something in this and this time.
So the method of light group on Facebook. I mean, yeah, that works for me. Okay. Because I have a lot of questions. So, you know, I mean, we could probably talk forever, you know, and everybody talk forever, you know, but sometimes you want to listen, we want to listen to you and try to understand what you're saying, but then a lot of ideas and feelings and everything comes up.
And I want you to share it, exactly, and I'm looking for you to share it because that's the important.
Well, there's too much.
Start. Must start with something.
Can I interject one thing? I just thought of, Ryan, another thing that would help you with the word atzmuto is, you probably know Yom Ha'atzmaut, Independence Day. That comes from the same root.
Okay.
Yom Ha'atzmaut. Etzem means bone or object or essence or substance or something like that. And then you have otzem, which means strength and might. Those are all from that same root.
Okay.
Right. But the point is to understand. We are using a name. It's allegory. We don't. It's this just between us. It's our secret. That's what the Kabbalah doing. It's a secret. Now everyone know. We are talking. We say atzmuto. It means that we know what it is, and we can talk about it. But I'm asking for you, for this group, that's at least to think like what we think it is, which is exist and not exist simultaneous at the same time. We don't know. We are thinking because this is the level of what we can understand after we cross above the Sefirot and we understand there is light. So we say there is something above the light, so something creates the light. So what is the above the something that we can understand it exists and not exist. That's the new level. That's the Messiah. That's what happened. That's what happened when you think like this. You change. You change when you have a different way of thinking. So then we will see what happened. Barka, do you want to share?
you know, I could save it for next time after I do the homework.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone want to say something, to share something, to talk something, to say something?
Okay, so here's an example. I just had the thought, oh my gosh, we've been on this call a long time. I was supposed to be, I'm a student and I also work, and I was supposed to either be working or studying. And so what do I do with that thought? I say, okay, this exists, the fact that I feel like there's time constraints on me, and that this is also, it's also not. It also doesn't exist. It doesn't matter. Is that kind of an extension of that?
Yeah. It doesn't matter, but it's matter, right? This is the difference between exist and not exist.
Okay.
But but the existence of you are here. Now, why and what happened as application of that you didn't go to what you're supposed to do, or or not supposed to, what you were thinking before to do, and what are you doing? What are you doing right now? So, you know, that's supposed you're probably going to give an answer to yourself, or it's a change. It's a change because without this discussion, you had to do something different.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the exist.
Okay.
Okay, this is the exist. This is what happened to you right now.
Okay.
But at the same time, you need to think it's not exist.
Okay.
That's the game.
Okay. I see. I see. Okay.
It's sort of like, is it sort of like existing on two different levels at the same time? It's like,
Why two different levels? Why you start with two different?
well, like exist and not exist, really. Like the two different levels being like the world with which you interact and the higher realms or whatever. The not exist. I don't know. No, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But
They are all the same. It's one. You are part with them. For example, if you go in and you see a tree, what's the difference between you and the tree?
right.
Or what's the difference between you and the car? It's all one. So it's, of course, it could not be. If you say everything is one, there is no two things, right? It's
Right.
only one. Because if they are two different,
So it's more like so sorry. It's more like it's the simultaneousness, the simultaneity of existing and not existing is like it's really hard to put into words.
exactly. That's exactly the feelings that you're supposed to have.
Yes.
Because hold on, you make a point. Because when you start to say something, it's a something. So when you get to the point that you are like your mouth is stay open, like I have nothing. I don't know. That's the beginning of the breaking the wall, or whatever you want to be metaphoric for this, doesn't matter. But this is the beginning to go up. Okay, whatever you want to call it. Again, there is no whatever I'm trying to say to have some words to let you to have the feelings of that's the beginning. And I want you to keep play this game, which in some point it's going to be part of you. But you're right.
I'll do it.
Right, good. And you're right. You try to think about it, and you be careful. Some people say they get crazy. If you know the story about the Pardes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's the
Gotta be
Pardes. That's
stopped.
the sword. That's the sword. That's the Pardes. That's why one get crazy. One die. One became didn't want to believe anymore. Whatever. התכסס בנטירות, and the other one get out in peace. This is the Shimon Bar Yochai who wrote the Sefer HaZohar.
That's called a Sadiq, isn't it? The
Excuse
one that
me?
made it. The one that made it out Sadiq.
What do you mean, Sadiq?
Oh, the story you were just telling. My mom used to tell me she studied Kabbalah. That's the Sadiq, the righteous person. How one went crazy, one died, and one made it out.
Right. Four people get into the Pardes. Pardes, it's not paradise or something. Pardes, it's an abbreviation of the letter P, R, D, S in Hebrew. So each letter it represents something. For example, the first one, P, it's meaning in Hebrew pshat, the simple. So this is a level of understanding. So there is PRDS. This is a level of understanding, which the S, the Samech, it represents the secret. Okay? So three people, when it says three people get into the Pardes, PRDS, meaning that they get into the high level. The Pardes, it represents like a garden or a paradise, like probably people hear that as a paradise, but meaning that to go higher, higher like we are going now. That's what it means, meaning to understand in something new. Okay, so that's what the Kabbalah. What is it, the Kabbalah? The Kabbalah went high, high, high. So, and that's why they don't teach it, because they scared people get crazy or get something happen to them because they don't know what happened. As I say, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happened. All I know, this is the trick. All I know, it is what it is. I don't know what is that. And all I can tell that we can work on this. I can, guide you. I can deal with you. We can together. I can't. It's not me by myself. I can't. It's everyone must share, and like we are doing right now, and to see what happened. So this is the high level of Kabbalah. That's the Pardes what you are saying, Genevieve, about what your mom told you about. So this is when they say always this story. It means that they went higher, high. And that's what the Kabbalah is. That's what the Shimon Bar Yochai, when you read the Zohar, and if you know how to read the Zohar, that's what they mean. There are levels they say they don't talk about, which this is the level, but you need to understand they don't talk about it, or they don't, when they say they don't talk about it, they mean they didn't write it down. It doesn't mean they don't talk about it or they don't know about it.
Oh, that's
They just
interesting.
don't, they just don't write it down on the paper. No one, it's like there was no Kabbalah before, or there was no Torah Sheba'al Peh. It was always, sorry, but no one put it down on writing. But there are clues. If you read the Zohar, if you read the Zohar, or you read, they're telling you there is something above. And for example, the story about the Pardes, everyone knows this story. Like Genevieve, you just mentioned your mom telling you when you were a baby. So give you a clue that there is a higher high. That we don't write it down, but we don't teach it because they scare people happen to them what happened because they don't know what's going on there.
Right. Well, this story from the Talmud is generally
Excuse me? Hello? Hello? Who's
I hope she's okay. It just went silent.
Yeah, but who was it? Maybe something happened to her computer.
I
Okay,
think Shayna.
Shayna, but I don't know. She can't hear us, so I don't know. Maybe she will come back later. So, but her picture is still here, so I don't know. But let's see later. But did you hear what she's trying to say?
I heard her, and the last word I think she said was Talmud, and then it went blank. It went quiet.
Yeah, but I didn't understand. Okay, never mind. She will come back. It's I understand also. I can understand the difficult to have this here shift back and forth. So I don't know because it's some saying that if we put together about all the light around us, etc., so there is all connection. But it doesn't matter. So we are saying it exists and not exist at the same time, even if they are now around us. Let's call it the bad angels that they don't want us to go high. So, for example, what they are doing, they're trying to have a good connection between us. And it's not things that it's not imagination, but it doesn't matter. But what it's matter is to tell there exist and not exist, and to trying to do the best to keep going with our game. And I want everyone to have the feeling like Ryan started to say, which is which this is the beginning of the feelings. That's what I'm talking about. When he started to say, he started to think about Atzmuto. I think it was so. He's like, actually, I don't know what to say. And Malka said, I don't know. Some of you said that I feel what she said something. I don't remember the word. She said. So this is a feeling you need to have. Everyone need to work on this, to work on this, to get to this level. And then after, of course, if you want to talk about the Sefirot and blah blah blah, okay. But again, who cares? Who cares? Work on this. Right, Ryan?
Yeah.
You see, when you get it, it's happy, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's good for sure. For sure.
It's kind of a cool game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait to hear from you the same story, the first story that you're going to have for us.
Huh.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Yeah. So I wish that, of course, we were together and and we can, I don't know, walk together and talk about it and every second because it's really, I know it takes time. Everything takes time. So whatever it's going to take, it takes. So that's, and of course, my goal is like, and I hope it's also your goals after. Once we play this game and you feel different, so so we can bring more people to this game. But as I said first, you need to you need to feel it before, because otherwise, how are you going to convince or talk with others about it? People will think you are crazy. So, what happened to you? It's because you got the what it's called the light, the heart.
I was just thinking, you feel the light and then you share it with other people.
Right. Right. That's the share. That's to give. That's to accept, to give. Right. You receiving. Once you receive, what receive? Receiving. What are you receiving? You're receiving something, a new, something about the. Okay, what we say. We remember we have code. We have a secret. When we are reaching and receiving and understanding, or have some connect as much as we can higher to the Atzmuto. So once we receive it, we want to give it back. Okay, so this is also, you study it here in, and we take a lot of things from the Kabbalah, right? For example, these things, it's come from also from the 10 Sefirot, from the that you can learn from everyone who teach Kabbalah, which is called to accept for to give, to influence, or to give to someone. So that would be right. You want to give, you want to give someone. But what happened to you is you have the something happened to you and you are here. And Genevieve, look what happened to you, for example, and what happened to Shaina. And for example, Shaina, she said she's supposed to be in a different place, and she's still with us, I hope. And you say you are tired, you need to sleep, and you need to sleep, and now we are all together after 10, we start at 7, and I feel no one want to go to sleep. No one wants, it looks like everyone want to stay here like forever. Including me, of course, I'm the first. So you see how this, and this is only the beginning. So I agree. Are you agree with me, Genevieve? You're supposed to sleep right now, right?
Yes, normally, but I feel a lot more alert and very.
How do you explain that? How do you become so alert? You were so tired from now to learn about the Sefirot, so that's what, right? Well, we're going to hear about the Sefirot, but now you hear something new, so that was my trick to bring you. Because what happened? People, if you tell them Kabbalah, study Kabbalah, so they say, okay, maybe they want to study Kabbalah. Okay. But this is only my trick to bring you to this. So maybe because it's very hard to go to someone direct, Genevieve. If you try, Genevieve, go to someone, tell him, start to think about exist and not exist simultaneously. Let's see what happens. They're not going to understand what you're talking about, right?
Right.
So what are you going to do?
What did you say?
What are you going to do? What are you going to tell him?
I don't know.
So you can tell him to come to the group. Maybe we can.
Oh, you mean what would I do if someone? Yeah, I would tell them to learn and experience themselves about the subject.
Right. Although
I apologize. I didn't understand you the first time.
that's okay. You don't need to feel like you need to apologize, because you need to say what you need to say. If you didn't hear, that's okay. So you need to hear. So the question again, Ryan, I wish everyone understand had the feelings like Ryan just trying to just start to have it. Someone has the feelings about it. To trying to think about how does it work in the brain, the mind? If you want to explain that, what is that?
I like that.
Marka, we didn't hear you for long. I hope you are with us. If you don't, so good night. But we would like to hear you. I don't understand what happened with Shaina. I saw Shaina. She's in and out. I don't get it.
Are you here, Shana?
I see her picture, but maybe someone can send her a letter. Excuse me?
She got really quiet. That's what I was thinking.
It says that she joined group chat on the right side, so she's here. Are you here, Shana?
And now I see the mic moving.
Hold on. What's happened here? I need maybe. What's happened here? Something happened, but I don't know. I see her picture, so I don't know how to. So she might hear us.
See, her mic gets muted and unmuted too.
If you here again, so if you're trying to say something, Shaina, we can hear you, or maybe you can text or
you can chat in the right side. Do you see where it says group chat? You can try to type something in there.
Yeah, like I'm saying now, hi. But maybe disconnect and connect to us back. It looks like what she's going to do.
She just disconnected.
Good. So maybe she's going to connect to us again.
I hope so.
I hope, yeah, because look, it looks like she wants. She's trying, and she gets too fast to high. So there are things that stopping her to share with us. But I hope.
See, there she is.
We need to give her together power, because it's remember, it exists and not exists. So you know.
Can you hear me now?
There she is. I can hear you, but I cannot see your picture.
Okay, I don't know what happened.
There you are.
My computer decided to go off and restart, and then I didn't have any volume when I could hear you, but you couldn't hear me, even though I kept clicking on my mic. So, the question I was trying to ask when I came back on, I dropped off right when you were talking about the Pardes, and I really don't have any desire to die or go crazy or become sick. So, can you speak to that a little bit?
I agree with that.
That's great. Look how they take us so high, so in a great energy. So as I said, I don't know. All I know, it is what it is, and you must remember, and I tell you a million times, that I can. First, I'm asking your. That's all the discussion. It's the permission. If you. It's your decision, which again, what is a decision, and if there is a decision, and this is all, you know, this is all something, whatever it is. So, but I'm saying, listen, this is what it is, okay? And the question is, if you want to join to this game. So, are you asking me if you can be crazy or not? I say, I don't know. You might. I'm just telling you, this is the game. You're going to play football. Okay, I'm saying this is the game. This is the rule. This is the game. Are you going to get injured or not? I don't know. You might. You know, so you sign on waiver. So sign on waiver if you want to play the game. If you don't want to play the game, so you don't play the game. The game.
Well, I do want to play the game. My only hesitation is usually that story of the Pardes is used to dissuade us from doing anything like we're talking. We are not on the level of Rabbi Akiva who came out.
But he was a normal human at one point in his existence too. That just came to
Right.
mind. Sorry.
No,
Right.
absolutely, you're right.
Right.
So I just thought maybe we could,
He wasn't born that way, or he
Right.
became that over experience.
Right. Right. And doesn't and in anywhere. What it was the matter? It doesn't
Anyone can
matter.
do it if they really want it.
It's you.
right,
You are who you are. Who cares about others? It's you. It's your brain. You are the king of the king for yourself
right. Well, it
and
feels,
for the world because the world is inside you.
it does feel right to me, and I've been dabbling in this change of perspective for about 10 years, and I think it's time.
Of course, good. So, and you're saying you're scared or you don't want to be crazy. So, scared about what? And what's and why you choose or what is the crazy not and not crazy? Who said there is a difference between them? What's wrong with crazy if there is crazy? It's not. There is no crazy.
Wouldn't it be crazier to know and not even try?
Um,
Very
yes,
good.
you can do it. So, but you're going to be on the theory level. Like there are people, like for
He got
example,
it.
professor. There are, for example, there are professor in law. They never been a lawyer, right? Attorney. They are professor. They are teaching law, which is okay too, and it's great. People are, they are contributing to a lot to the society. The philosophers and the people are used to are dealing only with the theory. Absolutely, you don't need. There's no this or this. It's because what's the difference? There's no difference.
Right. I have a funny story with that one. I have about over the last 8 years, 6 times brought a rabbi Kabbalist in from Jerusalem, and he's the one that got me started out learning all this with. A wonderful, wonderful teacher. And so I bring him for retreats here on the island of Maui. I haven't for a couple of years. And he does a lot of musical meditation type of stuff. And so we held it at our shul, and he was doing this musical meditation. He started out talking about things, and this one man stood up and said, "This is not Kabbalah," and he left.
Yeah.
He wanted to learn about the Sefirot and all the academics of it. And I had that issue when I started a group of women also to study. It's like they want to do the academics, and it's not about the academics. Those academics are just tools as far as I see.
Right. The tools for what?
To getting wherever it is we're trying to get to understand what is and isn't.
Exactly. To get too close to God. What's going on here?
Mute me, mute me.
No, I think everything is okay. I think Magdalena make a problem. Okay, we mute her. How it doesn't happen before with the other guy? No, Magdalena, you are still, if you hear us, you still, please, Magdalena, we want you to be here with us, and I hope you can do the best, and we are in the middle of really, and we really want you to be with us because we can learn from you a lot, but.
Well, I have another little story. I went to a class with many Jewish women, and here in Berkeley again. So most of us were raised in Reform Temple, Reform Synagogue, and every one of us said we didn't learn any spirituality, nothing. We learned the Aleph Bet, maybe at best, a little, but nothing spiritual, and we all felt very kind of deprived, like many people left Judaism because they didn't have any connection. So here we were all sitting in the room it was in Hachmat Halev, and it occurred to me that the ones who were there, most of us have kind of gray hair, the ones who were there are the ones who want to learn. And maybe you can't learn it as a child. Maybe you have to learn your alphabet, and then you can advance, you know? You know, you have to be at a certain level to learn understand the existence and non-existence. I don't know.
That's why the Kabbalists or the rabbis, all this history, over the history, they say, don't teach Kabbalah, don't teach Kabbalah. You need to have it at a certain level, and you need to know all the Shas and the Gemara and all the Torah, and you need to be 40, and you need to be prepared, and blah, blah, blah. But I'm saying, look at us. We don't have all the Shas in our hand, and we understand them, they want to play the game. The people can study Gemara in all their life at 40, 100 years, and they don't get to this level. And I'm saying, let's go direct to this level. Why to play games? Why to study and spend time like one of you said, whatever I am, my old, I don't know if I have time to study all this. I'm not talking about all the Gemara and everything, but the Kabbalah, about all the Sefirot or whatever it is. So it's not about how old am I or what I know or what I don't know. Although, of course, if it's talking about kids, it's the issue about the buzzers. The brain cannot understand how to read or to understand something in this level. But whatever we are in some point, I prefer to go direct. I'm saying let's go direct from this game and then we can go down. That's the trick, to go up and then to break it down. And then we will see. It's a detective. It's go from down to up. So it's, you know, this is the game. This is the play. This is the game. But don't. I don't think you should let your thought or your brain to stop you about levels, about who you are and who am I and what. It's no, you know, it's, we said it's exist and not exist. So what's the matter? What's the difference? It's no different. Why to eliminate things? Why to say yes, no? What's the difference between yes or no? No different. It's one. So why to think like this? It doesn't make sense. Or you want to play the games, or you don't want to play, you know, even though, you know, it's not. This is the game. So let's try not to go. That's what we are trying to go over this. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Right? There are something, exactly, you see. It's so that's what we need to develop. In one hand, you're going to see how it's as I call it, apply, and that's what we did for now. For example, it's to apply it. And on the other hand, as Ryan started to do it, which is the brain, what happened to your brain when you start to think about it. Something like you kind of stuck. When you want to talk about it, you start like, I don't know, my brain, like, I will give you another feelings. Let me know if you're going to have it, but that's usually the experience of feeling when you go to sleep before. And I hope you're not going to fall asleep when you do it, because then, I mean, not to hope, but it's better if you do it and you not fall asleep. So, but if you sleep, that's also okay, and then it's very hard after to remember what happened. But if it's going to be strong, so you're still going to remember it, even if you fell asleep. So when you start to think, like Ryan start to think about Atsumoto, what it is, how easy to feel like exist and not exist, when your brain is start to get to the point, it's like, I don't know, I call it blow, like something like something happened in the brain, and then something like surround you with, or around you some strong something, strong feeling of something happened. It's like the best of the. It's a feeling of. Maybe you should tell me what do you feel when you're going to experience that when you. Maybe I don't want actually it's not fair for me to tell you because it's not. Everyone probably going to have it differently. I told you in the end is everyone going to experiment in his life and he come to share it. And then we'll talk together because I don't want to give you some thought and then you're going to make from this the same things, like you're going to look for it. But I'm telling you, don't get scared. For example, I heard someone said that scared or something. I mean, because remember, there is nothing to scare about. Because what is it scare and not to scare? It's no different. So it's not. This is not something supposed to stop you to go through that, to go forward. So if you're going to feel something, so let it happen. I mean, what's the worst can happen? You're not going to wake up tomorrow. But what the worst can happen? Right, Ryan? What's the worst can happen?
Well, not waking up tomorrow would be pretty bad for those of us who have families to take care of.
Yeah. I think the worst already happened to me anyway.
Excuse me?
But I think he's saying by not. I'm sorry. I think he's saying by not waking up tomorrow, he's saying,
Dying.
You realize it doesn't exist, and that there's nothing, right? Like, I don't know. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm going a little too far, but if you don't wake up, maybe you were never awake.
Well, I don't have any problem with myself dying. I don't have any problem with dying. But I have children. I have a problem with dying and leaving my children.
So you have a problem.
Yes, because of my children. Not because I'm afraid of death. Or, I mean, it's actually, in a way, it's kind of fascinating. What's next, you know? But, you know, we have responsibilities towards the people we're living with also.
Yeah, but so first you have a reason, right? You say you start to say I have no problem, and then you say yeah, but I have a family, I have people around.
Right. So what I meant was, if it was only me, and didn't have any responsibilities towards anyone else that loves me or that depends on me, then I don't think I would have any fear.
Yeah, but okay, your argument is it's not argument. Everyone said this argument.
But isn't
everyone? But this is what's the difference between what's the difference if you are exist or not exist?
Well, I guess if I never existed, then there isn't any difference.
But that applies to everything, not just you, right? Like, and I mean, it could be all simultaneous too, right? Like the whole universe could not exist.
Ah, okay.
As easily as it could exist.
Me dying, if it's everybody going in and out of existence, then I guess it's not a problem.
I think that's
no, but hold on. You're existing. All the world around you, it's only inside your brain. There is nothing really around you.
Yeah.
It exists. all around you. It's not when you are going. It's everything in your brain. All the world is in your brain. There is nothing outside in your brain. All what you see outside is illusion. I give you an example. Some people come and say, listen, this and this person make me angry. So the question you need to ask yourself, the anger is because this person, it's because of me. So of course it's inside you.
Right.
It's not because of the person. The person is not, it's not about the person. It's just outside from your head, outside to your reality. It's not the right. What's going on? Someone make noise?
Shower, taking a shower.
So in my program that I'm working on, the opposite, Kabbalistically.
Who's taking a shower? Hold on. Ryan, is you taking a shower? Hello?
I'm washing some dishes.
So you need to mute your rank or the mic because it's here some weird.
Oh, I'm not sure how to actually turn it down. I'm on my iPhone.
Oh, you can do it.
You can mute it.
Let me mute you if you don't mute yourself. But trying to keep on silent so it's better.
Okay, so what I looked into in Kabbalah is that there is an opposite attribute of anger. There is a specific attribute that is the opposite of anger.
What do you mean?
There is a specific attribute. Anger is in the Sefirot of Gvura. That's where it comes from. And there is a specific opposite attribute. So anger is on the tree of evil, and the opposite is on the tree of good.
Right. This is the level from the Sefirot down. And I want you to have a new key.
Yeah, but you asked, what do we do if we're angry? So when I look at the Sefirot, because it's in the Sefirot, then I use the opposite attribute. The opposite attribute is called fortitude.
Can you give us more about this word? I didn't understand it. But in general, I was trying to say that there is opposite to everything. This is the dual. This is what they said in the Sefirot. There is the left side and the right side, right? And there is the middle, right? That's what you mean. And there is
because within Gvura, there are 7 negative attributes and 7 positive attributes that are the opposites.
Right.
And that's what I'm learning about myself with my program. Oops, what happened? I don't know what happened.
Something.
So anyway, eventually I can talk about it. But my interest is very much in what you're talking about, the esoteric level, but it's also about the level that we have to deal with, how to make those better decisions.
What do you mean when you say better decision? When you say better decision, you are assuming there are bad decisions, better or good decision, or bad decision, right? You are assuming there are bad decisions.
Yeah, because I come from a family where there was a lot of anger. So if they had understood that there were better decisions, then we would have been happier.
But
Yeah, but it's hard to talk about anger as only being a negative thing. I mean, we have righteous anger. We have variations of anger. We have anger that's mitigated a little bit with Hesed or a lot with Hesed. I'm not so sure about the opposite polarities within Laura. That's not something that necessarily sits right with me.
Yeah, I actually found out. I think this is related to oh my gosh, the holiday where it's Chesed, the Chesed, and the Omer, the Omer.
Right.
So in the Omer, we learn about the positive and the negative attributes.
Well, no, we have the left side, the right side, and the center side, and then in the Omer, you're going with the various levels, like you're taking Malchut, and then you're doing the Chesed of Malchut and the Tiferet of Malchut. But I don't know about. I hesitate to classify things as positive and negative within there completely. I think it's continuums of variations.
Yeah, it's a continuum, but I had to fly from California to New York City to find the professor who told me about this, and he gave me a chart, and then I have 49 negative attributes and 49 positive attributes, 7 in each of the lower 7, well, 14 in each of the lower Sefirot. And then I'm writing a program to work on every one of those attributes, 49. So, but this is not what this class is about. This class that we've gotten into is really interesting. My father was also an attorney, and he used to always talk about I am what I am, or, it is what it is. And, he was very on that level also, so I've always been very curious about that level. And I agree that you have to change your mind to get to that level, and it will change the way that you think. So I agree with that.
That's a great news. Agree, it means that you get to the stage of mind that you accept it. Your mind telling you that you. But it says also that you need to change now you need to work on it, because what you said about the negative is what's the difference between negative or not, and why you choose about negative or not negative. And who cares about? I mean, it is what it is. You need to know how to work with it. But
it's very, very difficult to change habits. Very difficult.
Of course, and of course, we are talking about it's something. It's the secret of it's the new of the new. I don't know what I have to call it. It's not something like you are going, or people that told you or you discussed. It's the first time of discussion. It's the first time you are probably hear about it. Although you say your father said, "I am who I am."
Yeah.
And he's, because we know he has the feelings.
But it's also it's also in other traditions, and it's also there's even a joke about it. I mean, that's why I was saying it brings up a lot of ideas. So I think over time we can all discuss these different ideas together. And I want to say that I really enjoy everybody's here. And I feel like we're a group where we're connecting on this esoteric level, and it makes me feel really good. So thank you.
Thank you.
And it's very important also. I think it's very important. So I really appreciate the class. Yeah.
Thanks. Someone want to say something? Thank you, thank you, Malka, and I think we're going to together with you to play this game and develop and see what happened. And as you said, we have a lot of what to work, and it's just the beginning of the beginning. So we will see what happens, or we can we can play this game or not. We will see, and we will see who's going to join to us and who's not. And maybe we run. Who knows? We don't know. So also we might run. Not only we don't know what's going on there if we're going to play this game, maybe we all run. You know, so we will see what is the. For now on, it shows that we are on the good path. Remember, we talked about the 32th path. This is one of the paths. So, path of wisdom. Remember, that's how we get to the 10th Sefirot. So it looks like we are on the right path because we are all agree. It looks like we are all accept and agree to want to play this game. Although we know that we don't know what is that, right? We don't know what's going to happen. You know that I cannot tell you what's going to happen. You know you need to discover this by yourself. We are on the good path because we see that we are talking from 7, and we are all together and want to keep and have more and more understanding about it. And I'm saying it's when you connect, like we can connect now, you just don't want not to connect. So, and that's what happened. Which, it's like if the kids want to play a game and he doesn't want to sleep.
Well, thank you, and I'm looking forward to the next session. My daughter just came in a few minutes ago and said, "Aren't you supposed to be working?" So I think that it's time for my existence to call me.
Great. Followed by maybe we put together the class on Monday. For now, there are a little bit issue about the time, if it's going to be at 7, 8, or 9. But follow this, probably we're going to be all together there. Although I know you are there, so and then remember to work on the homework, and let's see what happens.
Okay.
And you have the group, as we said, that you can share anytime, any second. You can always say, listen, I want to have something to say this and this time. Let's be like it doesn't need to be only on Monday. So feel to share any second, any time if you cannot wait to Monday. Okay, so good night to you. What's going with Ryan? Thank you. We'll be with us, Shaina.
I think I might need to start getting ready for bed here, but this has been a fantastic evening.
Great. It's great to hear it from you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so we will hear from you. The same things that I said to Shaina, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. So
all right.
Be with you.
Thank you.
What's going with Magdalena?
Yes, I'm here. I'm listening.
We hear you all this evening.
No problem with the connection.
Okay. So, what do you feel?
I feel I talk to you later.
Okay. What's going with Genevieve?
Oh, are we done? If we're done, I'll get off. Okay.
If something that you want to ask, we didn't, if someone left because whatever he left, it's, they are here and not here at the same time. Remember?
Yes.
So this is what it is, but it doesn't matter. Remember? It doesn't. This is what it is. So
I really like this class, though, and I'm excited about the next one. I feel like it might be something I resonate with next time too.
Right. So remember the what you need to feel, right? Trying to work on it.
Where
to
you were
work with it.
talking about working on how you react to things and thinking about them if they bother you?
Yeah, and then you apply the exist and not exist at the same time.
Okay.
That's one. This is one thing. This is on the reality application, and on the other things is to think about it in your brain about what is it atzmuto, which you cannot even say what is it. The only things you might can think is actually it's something that exists and not exist at the same time. That's why you can't describe, you can't say anything. You cannot. You need to feel it in the brain. It's kind of think about maybe meditation or something like this. It's something you need to get to a stage of mind that there is nothing that you can think of but the exist and not exist. Because otherwise, if you say there is something is exist, it's meaning that someone created this exist. There is something above it. And always you're going above, and then you're going to the point, okay, so it must be something different. And the different is probably these things, whatever it is exist and not exist at the same time. So this is something you need to develop it, and I know you have it. I know you have it. You can do it easily. I know you can have it.
I like the idea of meditating on that concept.
Yeah, it's the same. You can,
and praying about it.
This is, what do you mean pray?
Meditate, pray. I don't know how to put that into words. Just praying. Okay. I pray a lot.
Okay, that's great. But when you say meditation, what do you mean?
Calming my mind so I can focus on something. There's different types of meditation. So in this instance, I mean meditating on the concept that you are teaching me about. So focusing on that and seeing what comes to mind as I think about it, and I'm still in the moment thinking about it.
Right. Great. Yes. Right. So if you want to call it meditation, yes.
I guess that's the word I would use. That's the best word I could come up with.
Okay, we can use this. It's all about, it's all about terminology that we are developing, But this is, you need to think about it. That's the meditation.
Sitting still with an idea and seeing what comes to mind. I would say that's meditating for me.
Yeah, and then share with us, because this thing is going to go away fast.
Okay, I'll write down.
It's going to be strong, but it's better to write it down. So,
yes, I understand. I get a lot of insights. If I don't write them down, I forget.
Right. That's great. Wow. So we're going to have interest in next discussion. By the way, as I said, if you follow up, I will about the class. Probably we're going to do it or Monday. See what time is it. So I will probably want you to join to this time. And if not, so we can meet again on Wednesday. We will see.
What did you say about Monday one more time?
In Monday, we have the class at 9 p.m. and then someone asked me he said it's too late. They want to move it to 7. So if you see the Facebook, on Facebook I said, okay, so there is, if it's okay for everyone to change it to 7. So some said okay, some no. So I don't know what time it's going to be on Monday.
Are you wanting me to try to listen on Monday?
No, as I said, the Monday and whatever I'm talking about, I'm getting back to this exist and not exist.
Oh, okay, I understand now.
I'm not. It doesn't matter. So I start with there about from the light to the exist and not exist, and from you I started with how the world was created, right?
Yes.
For them, I start with the light. How is the light? We explain, okay, there is an answer of God there because people light, they want light. You know, some people say want Kabbalah, they want Kabbalah. But in the end, I'm going up, and I start to go up with them to about the exist and not exist. And we keep to develop it. So, of course, yes, well, you are welcome, and it's going to be the same. So it doesn't matter. There's no level or something. Blah, blah, blah. You know? Okay.
Okay.
Feel free to ask something if you feel something in your mind. If something is not sitting good on you, you want to say something.
I can't think of anything else. I do want to think about everything before next time.
Okay. So we say good night.
Okay. Good night.
Okay. Thanks.